Hey fellas, how we doing, man? It's good to see you here again on the Evolved Manhood channel. This fellowship we have is very powerful. I'm glad to see you back for another video. Before I get started, I want you to comment and let me know how you're doing, just how your life is going. You know, if you're going through any struggles or any blessings, just let me know. I want to hear from you. And then finally, man, today we're going to be talking about the power of stoicism and doing the hard thing, even when it feels uncomfortable, or even when we're tired, even when we're fatigued, doing the hard thing because we know what we're destined for and what that costs and what it takes. Before we get into the video, let's do our daily affirmation. Repeat after me. I'm growing, I'm changing, and I'm evolving. For God, for my goals, and for my legacy. All right, thank you for participating if you did. And we're gonna get right into today's video. So before I really can get into stoicism and how it plays into our lives, how it has an effect on our lives, I'm gonna give you the definition of stoicism and break that down for you. So you have a strong, firm understanding of what this word means, what this philosophy means. All right? So, stoicism is a philosophy that teaches people to endure pain and trouble without complaining or showing their emotions. I'm going to read it one more time. We're going to break it down step by step. All right. Stoicism is a philosophy, a way of thinking that teaches people to endure pain and trouble. You know, we all go through our pains. We all go through our troubles. We all go through setbacks and difficulties without complaining or showing their emotions, meaning our mindset and our heart posture play an effect into how we're dealing with these pains and these troubles. And the way our emotions are shown is either healthy or harmful to our reactions. We have to be mindful of that. And I don't want you to be misinformed. I don't want you to think that this definition is saying that you cannot show your emotions in a response, because that's totally untrue. But for us men, being stoic means that our decisions and our responses are based off our intellect, are based off our decision making and our logic more than they are based off emotions. Meaning when we do give a response to uncertainty, we're not all the way up here getting mad and screaming. My bad if I startled you. But we're down here and we're being mindful and we're being calm and in control of the situation when we give our response. That's where the necessity lies. That's where the importance lies in stoicism. So now that you have the definition, we're going to get into a few pillars of stoicism and what it means to do the hard thing. So number one, the first pillar, external events have no effect on your inner peace. This pillar simply means that whatever is going on outside of your control has no effect on your inner peace and tranquility, on your mood and your personality. All the outside noise has no effect on it because we are strong in ourselves. We are strong in who we are, what we stand for, what we don't stand for. We know our values. We know what we stand for as men. And when we have that confidence about us, the outside world can have no effect on our confidence. It's established and concrete in our lives, in our futures. Nobody can take control of that. Nobody can change that. We know who we are, and we know who we stand for, and that's powerful, brother. That's very powerful. Make sure you're being mindful of that. Make sure you're grabbing understanding. You learn about yourself and learn what it is that you stand for, what it is you believe in, what it is you don't stand for and don't believe in, what you like, what you dislike, and who you are as a man, what your purpose is. And I'm going to lead into that as well. So number two, the second pillar of stoicism is reflecting on your purpose. Now listen, doing the hard thing, it's exactly what it sounds like, man. It's not easy, it's hard. And so when we have these hard and difficult moments in our lives, we need something to look back on. We need something to rely on to get us through it. And what is that? That's your purpose. Knowing what your purpose is. And if you don't know what it is, fellas, I encourage you to go and do some self-searching and to really learn about yourself. Like I just mentioned, what you like, what you dislike, what you stand for. Learn about what it is that you were put on this earth to accomplish and to do, and apply that to your purpose. And when you do, reflect on that purpose when times get hard. Remember what it is that you're destined to do. Man, it might be 12 o'clock at night and I'm tired, I want to go to sleep, but a video has to get up for today. I need to tell these fellas what God has put on my heart so that their lives can be better, their lives can be improved. That's me reflecting on my purpose even when times are hard. And guess what? The video gets out. You see what I'm saying? That's a small example of what it means to reflect on your purpose and to do the hard thing anyway. We won't dwell on that too long. Pillar number 3, and I've got 2 more pillars after this. Pillar number 3, control your responses to uncertainty and criticism. This is very powerful, man, because especially as leaders, we deal with a lot of criticism. There are going to be people telling us that what we said or done is wrong, and sometimes they're going to be right. Sometimes what we said or did is wrong, and we just fail to realize it. And so our responses to this criticism and to uncertainty or whatever we're dealing with in our lives, we have to control these responses. These responses need to be stoic. They need to be based on logic, like I said earlier, and not emotion. Our responses have to be mature. They have to correlate with manhood. They have to connect and fit into what it means to be a man and not a boy. You see, a boy would cry and complain and get defensive when he deals with some criticism, but a man takes it head on. He listens. That doesn't always mean that he's going to accept it, because sometimes it won't be right. Sometimes it'll be rooted in jealousy or destruction, but he values the opportunity to understand why a person feels that way. And that's very vital, man. I want you to hear me when I say this. All right? So going on from there, pillar number 4, man, we're flying through these. Control the controllables and don't stress over the rest. You see, fellas, there are so many things in our lives, like our finances, like the place we live, our living space, you know, how we take care of it, the things we do in our day-to-day lives, our fitness. Those are all things that we can control. And so we are led to control the controllables through Stoicism. Focus on those things. But the things we can't control, the rejections, the weather, the inconsistencies in just our lives and what attacks us out of nowhere, just the things that we can't predict, the unpredictable things, man, the accidents, those things cannot be controlled, so there's no point in stressing over them. Yes, we can acknowledge them because they've happened and they're real and vivid in our lives. I'm sure you're going through something that you didn't expect to go through this year already in 2025. But listen, that's not controllable, so don't stress over it. That doesn't mean don't handle it, but don't just stress and let your mind become fixated on this without coming up with a solution. Let's find a solution instead of just stressing over things, man. And finally, pillar number 5, forget perfectionism and give your 100. One of the most important pillars on this list, man. Perfectionism is impossible. I know we all want to shoot for the stars and try to be perfect and try to be that ideal guy, but I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. We are flawed humans. We're going to make mistakes. We cannot be perfect. And if you seek perfectionism, you'll only end up with disappointment and dissatisfaction with who you are in the end. So don't get caught up with perfectionism. Don't get caught up with that perfect lifestyle, because it just won't happen. What I do want you to get caught up with and fixated on is giving your 100. You see, the number 100 is often associated with perfectionism, meaning 100%, getting it all done. But when I say give your 100, that means give 100% of what you have. Not 100% of what the benchmark or the borderline is, giving 100% of what you have that day. And like I say all the time with the gym, sometimes that might mean 40 push-ups, sometimes that might mean 10 or 1 or 5. But as long as you're giving your 100% every single day, that is your perfectionism. That should be your goal, and that should be what you're driving towards, man. That should be what you're aiming at. You see? Being perfect isn't possible, but giving your 100% every single day is. And that's what's going to get you to the next level. That's what's going to get you to do the hard thing, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's unpopular. Doing the hard thing means giving your 100. So when you hit the pillows at night, you're saying, man, I did it, bro. I really gave myself everything I had. I really committed to myself today. I did it. And you'll feel accomplished. All right? So let's apply some of these pillars of Stoicism and doing the hard thing to our lives today. Make it happen today. Don't push it off till tomorrow. Apply these things right now. All right? Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated with you. Man, we're growing like crazy, and I'm so grateful to see it. Our family is really growing. Our brotherhood is growing. So to all of you guys that are coming for the first time, it's good to see you here. I hope you watch another video and really get in tune and join the brotherhood, join the Evolved to Manhood family. Then man, that would be a blessing, because we're growing and we're helping each other out, man. I see you guys in the comments, talking to each other, just giving advice to each other, and that's what I love to see, bro. That's what I love to see. All right, but I ain't gonna hold you off for too long. Have a good rest of your day, and let's keep evolving to manhood. Tell me in the comments if the message touched you, resonated with you, and I'll see you in the next video.